Hi guys, welcome to my channel Vinyl Beauty, or welcome back. I'm Debbie if you don't know me. So I'm really excited for today's video. I'm going to be starting a new series on my channel where I pair palettes together. Now they might be from the same brand, might be from different brands, but it's a way of getting a bit more use out of my collection and inspiring you to do the same. You know, we don't have to be confined to a particular palette to do a look. I think we see that all the time on YouTube because people are doing reviews and obviously they want to stick to the palette for that reason. But I'm not really a review channel and I want to get use out of my makeup collection. You guys aren't review channels either, so I think you might find some inspiration from this series and I hope you're going to enjoy it. So I intend, as I say, to make this a semi-regular occurrence, maybe once a month on my channel next year, but I thought I'd trial it now and see if you guys like the concept. And this was an idea that came from one of you guys, so thank you so much for the idea. I'm always open to trying new things on my channel that you guys want to see. So what we're going to do in this one is we're going to take the Blendbunny Surge palette, which I think quite a lot of you might own. I know Blendbunny is a really popular palette in the indie space. And it's got amazing mattes and it's got a lot of depth and beautiful colours in here and some neons as well. It has shimmers, but I don't really like the shimmers in here. So I thought it would be great to pair it with something that's all shimmer. So I've got the Gourmande Girls Ethereal palette. I picked this up when I got the Spooked palette. Never used it because it's all shimmer and I was just waiting for the opportunity. So I thought this would be perfect to pair with it. So that's what we're going to do today. I've also got the Split It palette from Arttitude. I'm going to do a bit of water activated liner just to adjust things up a bit. So it's going to be a bit of a makeup playtime, but across a few different indie brands. So if that sounds good to you, let's just dive straight into the video. Okay, so I've brought you in a bit closer, and if you're not aware of the Surge palette, this is what it looks like. And I want to do something very teal inspired. I'm going to take some inspiration from my top, and so we've got some teal, we've got a bit of red in here and quite a bit of depth with the black. So I think we're going to be mostly sticking in this row. I kind of want to do a bit of an inner crease with this colour. I know, a bit of a weird combo, but that's what I want to do. And then we'll come on to what shimmers we decide to put with that. But I think I'll start working with the mattes from this palette. And if you're not aware of this palette, it's one of these that's like mega shifty, multi-chromey. You can't really do it justice just holding it up like this. But I think we're going to be using this colour. It looks green, but it's teal when it's swatched out. And probably this one because it's ultra reflective as well. So I think these two are what we're going to use out of this palette. As I say, we'll start with the Blendbunny Surge. As I intend to be using some neons, we're going to go in with my favourite primer for that, which is the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. I'm still yet to find a primer that does what this does to really make shadows pop. I have a hard time using anything else really because I know I can get the full potential from a shadow with this. It's a very old school YouTuber product that you don't see anyone else using anymore. Honestly, I wish they did the MAC paint pot in white. That would probably be my perfect kind of consistency, or even the Sigma eyeshadow base. Like the lightest one they do is Ignite, or the more pinky one which is Persuade, but if they did a white that would be perfect. I'll have to do a video that's my wish list of all the things that don't exist that I would like to see in the makeup world, but it's maybe only me that wants to see those though. So we're going to start, as I say, with the Blendbunny Surge palette, and I think I'm going to go into this shade here first of all. I like to go with my deepest shade really. That's the shade Linger. I'm tapping that off well because that is a very deep shadow, and I want a kind of winged out shape to this one today. I don't want it to get too crazy, she says. If you've been here before, you know that's difficult for me. But that's kind of the shape that I want, and then I will blend around the edges with something else. I don't think I want to go too much more out any further with that. Blendbunny has incredible quality, doesn't it? Look how pigmented and opaque that is already. Absolutely stunning. I need to pick up some more Blendbunny palettes, but I just don't know which one to go for really, because I've not bought any for a while. I'm hoping they might do something Halloween. I might hold off and see what comes out. I don't think the Sugar and Grunge was really for me. There's a lot of pastels and I'm not a big pastel girly, so I didn't get that one. The lure almost lured me in, but I didn't get that one, and I think the time has passed for that maybe. But their mattes are just beyond compare, I think. So good. And now that Monolith EU has Blendbunny, it's not quite so bad to pick them up, because they're one of these brands that has a really high shipping to the UK if you buy from their site. And the great thing about Monolith is you can buy multiple brands together and only pay one lot of shipping then, and their shipping's only €13.50 I think anyway, and it's free over a certain amount. So I know a few of you have asked me if I've used Monolith. I have used them once for some Glam Light and Give Me Glow, because they both have high shipping. The only thing I find with Monolith is they take a very long time to ship, because they do these launches like launch 7, launch 8, etc. like once a month, and when they have a launch they get very busy. So if you don't jump on the site like the minute they launch, the things are sold out. But other than that, they're a great option, I think. Right, that's about as crazy as I want to go with that colour. Don't worry, I am going to blend it out, but I just want to join up in the outer corner as well. Just using a teensy tiny little pencil brush. This one's from Cosmic Brushes. This is going to be more a creative look than a wearable look to wear to the supermarket, if you know what I'm saying. Now I'm going to take the next lightest one in this row, which is called Rush. I'm using a Singe EO5 and I'm just gently fluffing around the edges of that colour, but 50% on, 50% off kind of thing. And I've taken very little of that colour just to help with the blend there. And I can drag it out just a little bit now. That's why I didn't go out too far, otherwise we'd end up all the way to my hairline, which is kind of what happens. So which Blendbunny palette is your favourite, guys, and which one am I missing out on? I honestly think this one had the best colour story for me, because I love how deep the deep row is, and I love the fact that you've got some neons in that, and they're good neons as well. They're neons that you can blend, which is a rarity for neons. An eye that's going to give me trouble, it's this side. It's my creasier eye. I'm just working on just this blend here. I've stopped halfway across because that's where I want to put the red. Just flicking that out just a little. Working on the blend between the two colours. Now I'm going to take the neon shade Energy and I'm going to buff that around the edges. Again, we're just working on this outer corner, not taking it inwards. Just working on a bit of a gradient here. And I'm not taking that too far in, so I'm sort of stopping about there. These neons are super impressive. I did a video a long time ago playing with all of these neons together and in a bit more of a graphic shape, and I just loved how they perform. They're just so pop in. I'm just going to go back through the blend again. I'm going to use Rush and Chills, a mixture of those two together, just to blend between the darker colour and the lighter, just to hopefully give us a bit better gradient between them. I'm going to take a brush with no additional product, just really fade this out just in this outer edge so it sort of almost disappears into nothing. Okay, so now I've got a fairly nice blend, I think, in the outer corner. I'm going to do a similar thing in the inner part but with the red. So I'm going to go with Taboo first. I'm going to Morphe E36 so that it doesn't get too out of hand. If this goes on the lids, it doesn't matter because I'm going to be covering the lids anyway. But I'm trying to sketch just in this inner part here so that we only go as far as that deeper matte that we have there. That's a beautiful shade though. And obviously we don't really want to blend that with the blue, so I'm just leaving it touching that. I never feel like I've got a small enough blending brush to get into this little area at the front here. If you guys have got any recommendations for teeny tiny flexible blending brushes, I'd love to know. I'm just fluffing around the edges of that just so that I'm ready to add another shade there. That's blending really nicely and I don't think I need another shade to blend that out, so I'm just going to go straight in with a pop of neon to blend that out in that front portion. So I'm going to go in with the shade Charged here, this one. Just take a teensy bit of that on the front part here. And turn it a little bit pinker. Where those are touching, I'm not worrying about it because I don't want to turn that purple in the middle. Just wanted that little pop of brightness there. Also taking a tiny bit of that Taboo shade, the darker red, just in this inner portion here. And then just blending that out. But I am going to do a bit of liner work in this inner corner. So this is just giving us a base for that really. Alright, now I'm going in with NYX Glitter Primer over pretty much all of my lid to be honest today. I want plenty of room for those shimmers. I'm going just a little bit higher than my natural crease, so I'm rocking my head back a bit so I've just got that little bit extra space. I'm going all the way to this edge here. So my plan is to use Shangri-La on the outer part and then fade into Astrid on the inner part. And Shangri-La is a teal, it looks green in the palette, but then when you start swatching it out or applying it, it's a teal colour and it's so pretty. I'm going to take that on a diagonal. Such a beautiful teal colour, it reminds me quite a bit of Teal Me More from Dose of Colours, but not so much of a black base as that, if you remember that one. Oh, this palette is so good. Can you see the shift on that, like the glossy kind of multi-chromeness of it? Gourmande Girls are fast becoming one of my favourite indie brands. I think they have a fabulous formula for their shimmers. They don't hard pan, they're super reflective, they're just magical. And then for the inner part here, we're going in with Astrid. This is a bit flakier of a shade, but oh, it's so reflective. Can you guys see that? So taking that just above the Shangri-La shade and then fading it down into the Shangri-La shade. It's really beautiful. Okay, now just for a little finishing touch, I just want to do an extended inner wing using this bluey colour here, just in this inner part here. So I've got a very, very small brush and I won't be able to talk while I do this. Something along those lines. The challenge now is to replicate that in the other inner corner. Wish me luck. It's not perfect, but it's not too bad. And then the outer part here, I just want a bit of a pinky accent. So we're going to go in with that shade there. And with that, I'm just going to draw a couple of little lines. So nothing much at all, just a little accent. I'm just going to do it almost like a double wing. Okay, so that's everything to this point. Just going to hop off camera, going to put white in my waterline, mascara and a lip, and I'll be back with you to show you the finished look. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. Really love how it came out, but more than that, I'm loving this lipstick. This is from Melt. It's my latest purchase from them. I'm trying to get them all because I just love their bullet formula. This is the shade Bloodwine. Oh, it's just so rich and beautiful. Going to be perfect for Halloween as well. So yeah, really love how those two palettes played together. I think the lack of sort of sparkly impactful shimmers in the Blendbunny palette really lets it down. I think they're going to be reformulating the shimmers in that. But as I own that palette, I won't repurchase it, but it's perfect to pair with this little palette from Gourmande Girls. If you're planning to pick up an order from Gourmande Girls and you're on the fence about this one, I think it's fantastic. I have actually swatched it all. I don't normally do that, but every shade is so shifty, so magical, so reflective. It's just beautiful. Highly, highly recommend that. And it's not too expensive for multi-chromes if you're looking for multi-chromes and the price puts you off, which it certainly does for me. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. So thank you so much for the suggestion. And let me know in the comments, do you want to see more of this kind of video where I pair palettes together, maybe from the same brand or from different brands, and try to get the most out of them and show you some inspiration of what you could do to kind of maximise the collection that you have, particularly if you're on a low buy or no buy. That's what I'm going to be doing next year. You know, it's great to be able to get some inspiration of how you can get more mileage out of the products that you already own. So I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're not subscribed to my channel already, I hope you might consider doing so. But have a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.